Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa and I am an indie author and I write under the pen name A.N. Sage. I write fantasy, sci-fi, pretty much anything that's paranormal. And in today's video, I am actually going to be talking to you about recovering your books or rebranding your series and why you might want to do that. I am also going to be doing a little reveal of the new covers for my Shadowhurst Mysteries series. So we'll do that as well. And I'll talk about why I made the decision to go ahead and change the covers and the interior formatting of all of the books in that series. So if you already have some books out or are wondering why people make changes to their covers, I'm going to talk to you about my top 3 reasons for why it's important to keep your covers fresh right after this introduction. Hello, and welcome back. As I said before, we are talking about covers today. More importantly, we are talking about putting new covers on your already published books and why you might want to think about doing that and why I did it for my Shadowhurst Mystery series. Before I start, 2 things. I have a new office chair. It is very high and I am very short. So I also have those little step stool things to keep my feet up because I'm like 5 feet tall and this thing is made for like a 7-foot person, I think. But I do feel like I'm on the throne a little bit, which is very nice. And I think I'm going to be getting those crown things everybody has. So we'll see how that turns out with this combination. And then the second thing, we live in the city and there is construction right outside. So if you hear anything, I apologize. I will try to get rid of it in post-production. But that's the perks of living in the city. So maybe you'll get a glimpse of this beautiful atmospheric sound that I have in the background while I try to work all day. Yeah. So enough with that. We're going to talk about covers. And what I want to talk about today is why you might want to change your covers up. As a side note, if you like these kinds of videos, please let me know. Give me some ideas to what you want to see by commenting below and make sure to subscribe so I know that you like the content that I'm putting out for you. But I have recently decided to completely redesign and rebrand my Shadowhurst series. And when I'm done talking to you about why and why you might want to do it, I'm going to do like a little slideshow of all the new covers and the interior changes so that you can see what they look like now. And I'm super excited. I'll do like a before and after next to each other so you can see the difference. And I'm super excited to show you guys. But there are 3 main reasons why I think you might want to think about putting new covers on your books that you have already published, depending when you publish them, of course. Shadowhurst has not been around very long. It was published all throughout last year, and I am going to be wrapping up the series by the end of this year. There's about 2 more books left. We'll see. Sometimes it could be more, but 2 as far as I can tell in the series to kind of close it off. So why did I make the change to put new covers on the entire series before I even finished it off? Well, the first reason is genre expectation, trend style changes. So as you can tell, I'm sure, there are all different trends of covers that are out there and they change. It feels like daily. But for the last little while, there were very specific trends in the YA fantasy, urban fantasy, and not necessarily YA, just general urban fantasy that I was starting to notice. And while I designed the original covers based on what I liked and what I wanted to see, that probably was not the right move. And as a cover designer, I should have known that, but it's hard to step away from your own things. I can make very definite decisions when it comes to my clients, but when it's my own books, it might be a bit tougher. So I design covers because I like them. I thought they fit the series, they fit the books. And as I started writing more of these books, I realized the covers don't necessarily fit. They don't read specifically to the genre, to the trends. And so I wanted my books to fit in with everything else on the shelves. I wanted them to look like everything else. So I decided to give them a new twist. And so genre expectation is important. You might think that you like a certain cover and you want it for your books, but when you're working with your designer, it's really good to kind of come to a consistent decision of what is out there and what sells. Because at the end of the day, you want your books to sell, and not just financially to sell, although of course, but you want readers, and you want readers to pick up your books, to read them, to like them, and to know what they're getting into when they're looking at your books. While Shadowhurst for me was close to what was out there, it wasn't exactly comparable to the other books in the genre. And so when you're scrolling on Amazon, I could see a direct difference between the other books and my series. And even my style of designing changed quite a bit since then. And so now I design in a very different style that I love. And I love these covers that I create for other authors. And so I thought, well, if I love them for someone else, why wouldn't I love them for me? So I decided to follow the trends and go ahead and redesign everything. And that includes interior formatting. There are also trend expectations and style expectations for interior formatting. I'm not ebooks. Ebooks are pretty straightforward usually, just because of the way the code transfers into EPUB format. But for print books, I wanted the new covers to reflect what was inside. And so I decided to reformat and redesign all the chapter headers and the title pages to stay consistent throughout all the books and fit the new covers that I created. Reason number 2 for possibly recovering your books is if you're rebranding a series. Let's say that you had a series you wrote, and as you're writing it, it starts to take a different direction. And so now the brand of the series, the overall feel of the series, does not necessarily match what you already have on there. Now, you might have had it in book 1, like when I was writing Shadowhurst, the first book was almost an academy feel. However, the rest of the series took kind of more like epic fantasy in an urban setting. And so that first cover didn't work, but I already had it. And so I continued the rest of them in the same feel and look and atmosphere. And so as the longer that I got into the series, the further down the line, the later books, the covers don't necessarily match what's inside. And so if you're rebranding a series, think about the full series as a whole, and think about the style of covers that would fit the entire series in the whole, and especially when they all look lined up together on your digital or your physical bookshelf. And then the final reason, and probably the most important reason really, is to give your series a new life. I mean, most important in my opinion. After a series has been out there for a while, you'll notice that reads trickle, sales trickle, it kind of starts slowing down a little bit. And unless you want to rewrite all the books, you have 2 options. You can redo the covers, you can redo the blurbs, right? To just kind of regain interest and put a fresh life on the entire series and on the books. I like my blurbs. I personally think that they fit Billy's voice really well. It's from her point of view. And so I quite enjoy them. I didn't want to change my blurbs. I might tweak them maybe, but I like where they are. I also might play around with keywords. That's a third thing really that you can do to kind of give your series a new life. From my experience, the keywords I currently am using work well. So again, not an option. That leaves only one thing, the covers. You want to refresh a series, slap some new covers on it, call it a day. And so for me, also being a cover designer with Cauldron Press, it just made more sense to just do the covers. Because I love doing it anyways. I do it as a second job. So why not do that part, since I clearly didn't think there was an issue with the other 2. So if you want to see if you can pick up a series without dumping like thousands of dollars into paid ads, then doing new covers might do just that. Now you want to be careful, because if you have like a very long series, it might cost you quite a bit to get new covers put on all of them. But if you truly believe that the covers are the reason that your books are not selling as well as they used to, and you can do a poll, try a poll in your reader groups, see what they're thinking. I polled my newsletter. They were all excited to see new covers. So things like that might really help you understand what the problem is. And I'll tell you, more often than not, it is your cover, because that's the first thing that people see. We shop with our eyes. That's just what we do. And so if that's not there, then less and less readers might be picking up your books. And that, combined with your rank going down over time on Amazon, and so Amazon or other booksellers are not putting your books up front like they used to when you have this new release, then it might be a good idea to recover your entire series. A smart way to do this is to make a big splash, right? Post on social media, talk to your newsletter about it, do whatever you can to show people these new covers. And then when you actually go ahead and put the new covers on your book and you republish them, not as new books, because they're not new books. The content is not changing. It's just the packaging is changing. But run a sale. Drop the prices, put the first one for free or something, or 99 cents, or run a sale, because that will boost your ranking. More people will buy it, and now more people will see it with the new covers on. And that's what you want, right? And that's my plan too for when I actually go ahead and publish these, which hopefully is going to be by the end of May at the latest, because I'm really excited and I have needles in my butt and I have to do it. I'm impatient, if you haven't noticed. And so yeah, with all of that said, I'm going to do a quick little slideshow thing right now so you guys can see these new covers. I'm super excited to share with you, and I'd love to hear your comments. So let me know below how you feel about the change, because you'll see the old and the new next to each other for each single one, and then I'll show you the whole series as a whole. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking about them, because I mean, I'm biased, so I want to hear your thoughts. So yeah, let's roll that slideshow. So what did you think? I am so in love with these. I can't even begin to tell you how better I feel now that I have them. It just feels like there's a whole weight that's been lifted off my shoulders. And I think that this will really, really put this whole series that I love, that readers love, on a whole other level, right? Like, it will just open it up to more people. And that's exactly what I want to do, because while word of mouth is getting out there and people love it and readers are talking about it, I think these covers will put these books in the hands of so many more people. I'm so excited for that. So with the reveal done, I hope you enjoyed it. Slightly shorter, I guess, video today, but I think it was an important little piece to talk about. And I hope it helped you. Even if you haven't published yet, something to think about, small little tips when you are thinking of your new covers. I hope that it helped you out somehow. I hope everything that I put out helps you out somehow. If you're into it, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. I do put up videos every single week. So far, I haven't missed that, but you never know what life throws your way. But hopefully, it will stay on that schedule. And with that said, I hope you guys have a great week. And I will talk to you next week. And stay magical. Bye.